Hey, I'm Emma Mitchell, and I'm an energy healing guide and psychic medium. I just got done recording another episode about protecting your energy, and this really strong feeling came through to me that I needed to record something relating to comparing ourselves to other people. So, this came through as that I needed to channel or work with Archangel Haniel to give you this message. So let's get into it here. So, Archangel Haniel, thank you for speaking today through me or about this topic of comparing ourselves to others. And I know that we all do this. So just if you have any messages, please let me know so I can relay them. So first I'm seeing this image of it's like golden checklist. So the message here is that, and I'm seeing like checks and not checks on some and checks and not checks on the others. When we're comparing ourselves, what we're doing is we're saying this person has all of these check boxes and they have all the check boxes that we have or that I have. But really, what it is this other person has some checks and they have no checks. We have some checks and no checks. And if you're getting what I'm saying, it's like we have some skills. They don't have those skills, but they have other skills we're envious of. So when we're comparing ourselves, it's not really apples to apples, right? It's apples to oranges. We're not the same as somebody else. So some skills that we have, some strengths that we have, we may not have those strengths that somebody else has, but they're admiring us for what we have. So that's a really challenging thing when we're saying we want what we have and what they have, right? That's not the way the world works. I continually think, goodness, I'm so glad that this person is in their passion of this medical field or as a dentist or they love accounting or these things that I sure as heck don't have skills in and don't want to do. We all have different skills. We all bring something different to the table. And so that is a really good message and it's a good reminder. So what else is she showing me? She's showing me a rainbow and I think it's the same message just in a different way, right? Like there's all these different colors of the rainbow and we all make up a different part of that rainbow. We all make the world go around in a different way. So I'm going to ask her um about healing this part of ourselves when it comes to comparison. I'm just getting, sometimes it's not as fast as I'd like it to be with these images or visions. So she's showing the heart, and I mean, this seems obvious, right? But in the way of that, we have to heal our own heart. We have to find self-love and enjoyment in who we are first and building up our own joy and happiness in our life. And we're less likely to compare ourselves when we're happy with who we are and what we're doing. So that that concept of focusing inward first. When we're focusing outward on others, it just means there's lack inside of us. There's this feeling that we're not enough. So we're looking to others to, that we're judging them or we're thinking they're enough, but we're not enough. So when it comes to healing, I just want to ask her, like, is there something specific? I'm getting just like finding joy, which is, a huge one. We talk about it, but finding joy can be really difficult. And finding joy is different for every single person. And she's showing me like this image of clouds, like finding joy and finding peace. So just being able to sit and be with yourself, maybe in nature. One thing I enjoy doing and don't do enough is sitting out in the backyard and just laying in the grass and looking upwards and looking at the clouds and the sky. If you are able to do that and just look upwards, look at the clouds moving through the sky and just focus on that, that really does kind of bring you into grounding. It brings you into peace. And sometimes I can imagine myself up there with the clouds, just slowly moving, drifting. Another place she's showing me is the river. So sometimes I do this too, where you go sit by the river and you sit on a rock and you just watch the river flow and just focus on the river flowing and see if you can't put yourself on that river flowing with the water. That gives you a sense of weightlessness too. Let's see what else she has to say. Okay, just the simple act of walking, walking in nature. No phone, no electronics, no distractions, just walking, smelling the wind on your face, the sun on your skin, just really feeling yourself moving through and being at peace and being present will bring you back to a little bit of happiness too. I've found when I am in a present state, which is not very often, when I am in that present state, everything does seem to fall right away because there's no future, there's no past. You're just in present in that moment. And I think, yeah, this is definitely what she's trying to show you is this presence to get you out of comparison. And let's ask her what other messages she has today about this. Boy, it's really interesting. She just keeps reiterating different messages around the same theme of everybody's different. So now she's just showing me like wood figurines of this person, this person, this person, this person, and how we're all different, but we all make up this collective. And recognizing and admiring somebody for their skills and gifts, but not getting into envy about it because they probably are envious of the skills or gifts that you have as well. We're all different colors, we're all unique in our own way. So earlier I was with or talking with a client and she was talking about comparison, and that's why this all came up today. So I want to ask Archangel Haniel, how do we get out of comparison when it comes to it bringing up hatred or anger or jealousy within us? How can we heal that or move out of the anger or hatred? Okay. So this is something I do with a lot of my clients is put your hand here on your heart and just feel it swirling around. I always like to picture it like a flower, like a green flower, but if you just put your hand here and feel it swirling around and ask your heart to cast out any anger or jealousy coming through you and help you to see the good in the person you're judging or comparing yourself to, and help you to find love and see good in yourself as well. I am getting the words loving kindness meditation. I am not a big fan of loving kindness meditations, and I think it just goes back to years ago when I was trying to do them. I really didn't have a lot of love for myself, so it was difficult to do a loving kindness meditation. But the gist of it, and you can go find these not not in my meditations, but you can go search for these, but I'll just give you a quick understanding of it. So if you put your hand here again on your heart, and I want you to just visualize, bring to mind a person in your life that you love. Like it can even be an animal, like your pet, a loved one, even an activity, anything that makes you feel a strong sense of love within yourself that's going outwards. So for me, I'm just going to bring to mind my dog and then just really feel that strongly inside yourself. And now taking that energy that you're directing outward to this being or person, Take that energy and pull it back inward and direct it right at yourself. So I don't know if you can feel that, but you should be able to feel the energy of love pouring back into your heart for you. And you can even bring a picture of yourself to your mind and send the energy there of love. And just sit with that for a moment. And she's even showing me now this image of somebody standing up tall. So, like, stand up tall like a superhero, really, hands on your hips, shoulders back, standing up straight. And you can visualize this, visualize that for yourself, and see yourself now standing next to that person you are comparing yourself to. And maybe see them in the same light, like them standing up strong and tall. Maybe see yourselves high-fiving or hugging or holding hands or something that creates that connection between you, but also shows that you're two separate people and that you're strong within yourself. And this should help you when you come into these feelings of jealousy or hatred or envy or whatever is coming up about another person. If you can pull that loving kindness in, if you can pull in this like strength and superhero-ness for yourself and see that connection, you should be able to hopefully let go of a little bit of that. I mean, nobody's perfect, but you may be able to let go of some of those feelings and just see them as a person just like you are. And let me just ask if she has any more messages. She's showing me this image of somebody, me or you or whomever, standing in front of a beach, like on the beach, looking out over an ocean or a Great Lake, like where I'm from, and seeing this image and recognizing the vastness of the world, of your skills, of your gifts, of connection to others, that there's so much out there. It's this concept of, I guess, I've ever heard like the blue ocean strategy, but just this concept that there's enough for everyone. The sky is the limit. It's vast. There's enough for us. There's enough for others. And to just know that the skills and gifts within us are endless. So we can keep building upon those things for ourselves. So just feeling that maybe for a moment, looking out over the ocean, feeling that peace washing over you, knowing that opportunities are endless. You have the ability to build whatever you want to in your life. And, you're not a victim. I want to mention that, and I know this might be kind of weird, but, I watch some shows that, like, if you've ever watched the show White Lotus, for example, there's these shows of these people that have so much money, but you see behind the scenes, they have just as many problems as you or I or anybody else does, just because they have money or wealth or nice clothes or traveling. They have as many issues as you and I, just in a different way. Or like when you have a lot of friendships, somebody might be envious of that. If you have gifts in a certain career, somebody might be envious of that, but you're looking at them with envy for something else. So just know that if you are feeling envy or comparison of others, maybe take a step inward and ask yourself, why is that thing so important to me? Like, why does what they have matter to me so much? And if it is actually important, if it really is like a thing that you are desperately needing in your life, then take steps, goals to achieve that thing. For me, I'm always like, oh man, people have so many like beautiful clothes or beautiful shoes. And I have a background of going to school for fashion. So I always think, I just wish I had so much money so I could buy clothes and shoes, which is so silly. But I know other people have looked at me and said, Emma, I'm so jealous of your healing skills, or I'm jealous that you own your own business, or I'm jealous that you seem like a courageous person. I don't necessarily see those things for myself, but if I do look inward, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I do have great skills in these things, or I am really lucky to have these. And do clothes really matter? No, they sure as heck don't. So try to take some time to look inward, understand why the things matter to you that you're getting, this comparison syndrome about, and recognize the gifts and skills and all of the things that you have in your life already. And that should help you a lot too. So let me ask Archangel Haniel, are there any other things you want me to relay today to this this episode? No, she's just saying be at peace, be well, find joy in your heart, and you'll find that you'll be comparing yourself to others a lot less when you're focusing on yourself and the good things that you're bringing to this world. So I'm just going to thank Archangel Haniel for speaking with us today and hope that these messages really do help you with your own journey and seeing that you matter, you're bringing a lot to the table too, and try to not compare yourself because we're all unique and we all have our own gifts and we are all on our own life path and journey. Have a great rest of your day. And, if you want to check out any of my free meditations or get on my Patreon membership to do some soul journey meditations or learn how to speak with archangels and spirit guides, check those out and I'll put links to that in the show. Have a great rest of your day.